Is it possible to do mediation with either high conflict couples, or do both people have to be in agreement to do mediation? What does that look like?
So both parties do have to be in agreement to mediate because they're going to sign like an agreement to mediate contract usually and other forms to help preserve the space of mediation. Being ethical, being confidential, knowing it's voluntary, a lot of things that go into mediation. So, yes, both parties do need to agree to mediation.
Do you find do you have high conflict individuals, like they might both agree to mediation because they don't want, for whatever reason, I
Yeah.
mean there's several reasons, but so they end up in your office and then it's like, okay, how are we going to do this, because there's two, like a lot of different dynamics going
Yeah.
going on.
No, no, no. These are great questions, and it is so hard. So, sharing from some personal experience when there's high conflict, really charged emotions. Sometimes in mediation, it's better for parties to do maybe what's called like a shuttle method. So having the mediator address topics of division, things like that, with each party individually, and being the person to kind of strip away the emotional components, but going back and forth on the logistics of what the ideas are between both parties. I find that very productive. It
Hmm.
it provides the parties, especially the one that maybe is very triggered by a lot of stuff going on, right? It's very overwhelming. It's hard to be in the situation to begin with, but it gives them a place of comfort. And they're like, okay, I don't have to be in the same room with the person. No, not
I
at
was gonna
all.
say, like, to clarify for the listeners, it sounds like you could either do it where you're in the same room if that's manageable, but in instances where there's like maybe a power dynamic or previous, do you
Yes.
work with people who are in like abusive situations and then they would be kept separate, or is that kind of a no-go for
Oh,
mediation?
so in mediation, we do have to assess whether this is an appropriate time to mediate. So there's more questions and stuff that kind of go into those complementary consultations. So, for example, if there is emotional abuse or physical abuse, just depending on where that was in the past, but if two parties want to come together to try to to divide, to move forward in a productive way, that's cost effective. Mediation can occur, but it is up to the mediator to really understand the dynamics and like I said, the power dynamics of both parties.
Hmm.
In cases like that, I will mediate in a shuttle method way, give parties that space, that time, that privacy, that comfort to be able to effectively communicate and be productive.
Are most mediations done in person now, or is there availability to do it via Zoom, like a lot of things
Yes,
nowadays?
I do a lot of them via Zoom.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I do. And that allows for flexibility too, because if people are working,
Hmm.
we can do mediation after working hours.
That's great.
Yeah, or on weekends, things like that. Some people do prefer in person, and
Mhm.
we'll work through that to find a space for that office, things like that. But yeah, mostly Zoom.
That is handy. So, is there, I guess, could you talk a little bit more about when mediation's a good idea versus when mediation is not a good idea?
Sure. Well, I think mediation is always a good idea. I think
A
try it
good starting point,
because
I
it's a
think.
starting point, and because so I'll go into, I think most of the time, it's a great place to start. It's a
Hmm.